Are we starting? All right, we are starting. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Lynn Daniel coming to you today from my Lynn Daniel channel here on YouTube, and I am coming to read to you chapter 1 in my new book, Trash Can: Stop Being a Receptacle for Toxic People's Waste. This is my first book in the Journey to Wholeness series. And here we go. This book is copyrighted 2021, all rights reserved. Okay. This book has 6 chapters, a conclusion and references, an introduction, 6 chapters, a conclusion and references. Go for yourself. Genesis 12 verse 1 through Genesis 17 through verse 27. Read that section of the Bible so you can get a better understanding of what I mean by go for yourself. Here we go. Introduction. Stop being a receptacle for toxic people's waste. Has it ever happened to you that you're sitting with your partner, friend, colleague, or family member, and you bring up something you've been wanting to discuss? An incident or a situation that you felt needed to be discussed. You want to talk about your thoughts and emotions and have an open conversation. Something he did that might have hurt you or that you perceive to be wrong, but every time you bring it up, he avoids it at all costs. He doesn't pay any heed to what you have to say. He either distracts you from what you're about to say by bringing up something completely irrelevant and different, or he will point blank refuse to be involved in that discussion. He doesn't want to talk about that particular incident because he is aware he was wrong. He doesn't want to take accountability for words or actions. He will make sure that his opinions and views are always seen as correct and positive. He will come off as this righteous person and try to show you that what he's doing is in your best interest, irrespective of how you feel about it. The best interest could hurt you or someone else that is involved, but that's never taken into account. Such situations can occur with not only a romantic partner, but even with family members, friends, colleagues, or seniors in offices. Such relations usually start off with a lot of love and care and protectiveness. There are more good days than bad. Eventually, the bad days start increasing and overpower the good days. They create a lot of conflicts that are extremely tough to handle. They are unreasonable. But what makes you agree with them is the manipulative way in which they put their point across to you. Such behaviors stem from emotional and mental instability. Unresolved emotional and mental issues can cause them to behave in an abnormal manner. This doesn't mean he's a psychopath. Their unresolved past experiences are inflicted on you. You are left feeling like you're helpless, as if there's no option but to follow what the opposite person says. The way they put their point across feels like that is the only option you have. Any input or opinions from you are neglected. You're always talked over and left unheard. Any relationship with such people makes you feel neglected and less of yourself. Such people are what we call toxic. They persuade you into harmful ways of life. This can be done in a physical, emotional, or mental capacity. The deeper they are involved in your life, the higher the influence they'll have on you. For example, a family member will have the power to influence your decisions more than your college friend. Eventually, the emotions and thoughts that are neglected will start building within you. Pent up emotions suffocate you. They make you feel as if you're alone in this. It's difficult to recognize when a person is being toxic. A toxic person is never toxic on purpose. They may not have the intention to harm you. It is their internal turmoil that causes a change in their behavioral pattern. This behavior is then inflicted upon you. In extremely rare cases, a person behaves toxic on purpose. This doesn't mean that it's your job to fix them and their unresolved issues. In most cases, they refuse to acknowledge their mistakes or harmful actions. They refuse to believe that they have any emotional issues and think it's normal to behave the way they do. You're not equipped with the right tools to handle someone's dark emotions. You can be compassionate and kind to them, but do not let them take advantage of your kindness. The right thing to do is to step away and build a healthy border in case you can't cut them off. Don't be blinded by their words and start noticing their true intentions behind every action. Start noticing their true intentions behind every action. Look after your emotional well being so you do not carry forward any toxic behavior. Staying in a relationship that will take away your growth, harm you, and not give you the care and nurture you require will only bring you down. A person can be physically, emotionally, or mentally toxic and abusive. Understanding and recognizing such relations is half the battle. If you feel any of those emotions or thoughts that I previously talked about, there are high chances that you share a toxic relationship with that person. It's essential to know how and what you feel around that person, but you're never alone. And there are more people than you think who have faced a similar situation or worse, including me. Many people have encountered such incidents in their lifetime. It's not the end of the world, even if you feel like that at the moment. The only reason I have been able to put your feelings into words is that I know exactly what you're going through. As I said before, you're not alone and you never will be. These experiences might be new to you, but there are people like me who have faced them before and come out stronger than before. There is hope for a brighter future if you choose to believe in it. This is precisely what this book will give you, a ray of hope. It is not only going to provide you with the positive words that you need to hear, but also a path and route to how you can tackle the situation in reality and get out of it. It's an emotional yet practical guide to a better and more hopeful future. This book is extremely personal to me. I know what it's like to be in your position, and I feel like I feel like there's no hope for tomorrow. I know what that feels like. But I can tell you, if I can get out of something toxic, I'm sure even you can. It took me a lot of time and effort to be where I am today. This book is going to be the friend or companion that I needed in such situations. With all of my experience, trials, and errors, I am writing this book to you as a friend. It's going to talk about all the hows and whys and whats of this situation. It'll make you feel less lonely and more supportive. You will acquire emotional strength as well as the practical steps and knowledge to deal with such situations. Being an educator, I've had the privilege of helping thousands of people work on their personal development, including ways to be free from toxic personalities. This is exactly what helped me and others in creating their dream life and achieving their goals. Attending various personal development courses, conducting research, and talking to individuals to understand their stories, I've truly learned on a more personal level and profound level. My doctorate of philosophy from Concordia University, Chicago, gave me the edge that I needed to combine all of my knowledge and expertise. Helping people free themselves from toxic situations and people is essential for me. It was how I managed to finally step into my own power and not waste my energy on people who never truly valued me. I know the methods and techniques that worked for me to finally achieve what I needed. And that's where I want to help each of you. I've successfully helped and encouraged people to work towards self improvement. And this book is another step towards achieving my goals. I believe it will aid people in their own journey towards a healthy and positive life. You will start recognizing more toxic situations, people, and habits that are around you. How to deal with such occurrences, the impact that it can have on you and your life, whether you can improve such situations and relations in your life, work through such people to build a healthy relationship. And if you can achieve it, set yourself free from this. Even after you set yourself free, there could be possibilities of having similar encounters in the future. Understanding how self connection and self love are the keys to recognize and avoid such relationships in the future. When you start understanding that the source of attracting toxic people is within you, start observing and analyzing yourself. Understand the thoughts, emotions, mentality, and behavioral traits that you embody to attract toxic people in your life. Learning to love yourself through mindfulness will bring you calm from within, even when a storm surrounds you. Writing this book is just another way of reaching more people. This book is going to be everything that you want from a friend.